What if every torn-edge photo in this book is a jigsaw piece? What if the name Charles, repeated 22 times, spells out the frame? And what if the Hopi calendar on page 85 isn't decoration at all, but the clock counting down to the lion's share itself? Welcome to Chapter 8. Let's tug on our unbreakable thread and see what unravels or what finally ties together. Collins opens with Orison Swett Marden. Our thoughts and imagination are the only real limits to our possibilities. Translation? This chapter is a sandbox. Torn photographs, Hopi prophecy, all fair game if your imaginations are switched on. Marden founded that magazine in 1897, preaching New Thought optimism. Collins is telling us straight up, think bigger or you'll miss the path. We begin Chapter 8 on page 77. And Collins doesn't ease us in. He opens with a deeply personal reflection, tying this chapter directly to one of his own children's books, Our Unbreakable Thread. Now, if you haven't read that book yet, you may want to. Collins has explicitly said he placed clues in it tied to the lion's share. And Chapter 8 is the bridge. The title itself, Unbreakable Thread, is a metaphor he takes seriously. On page 77, he writes about the value of traditions, family history, and the ties that bind us together. This chapter radiates with that sense of connectedness, from family lineage to cultural memory. It's personal, grounded. But if you've read Collins before, you know when he gets personal, the clues are closer than ever. Now here's what stood out to me, the teddy bear. In Our Unbreakable Thread, the bear appears on several pages, almost quietly. You might brush it off as background art, a comfort item for a child. But in Chapter 8, we're being nudged to look again. Think symbolically. A bear isn't just a stuffed animal. It's a guardian, a wilderness guide, a creature tied to strength, hibernation, and the stars. Take a look at this. Ursa Major, the Great Bear, contains the Big Dipper, a navigational anchor used for centuries. Ursa Minor contains Polaris, the North Star, the one fixed point in the sky, constant, guiding. So now we ask, could this recurring teddy bear in Unbreakable Thread be more than sentimental? Could it be a constellation key? Or maybe even a marker to help align clues in the night sky? Collins writes about the value of remembering where you came from, the importance of carrying those you love with you as you move forward. And right there, embedded in the nostalgia, he starts to plant the treasure logic. Because treasure in Collins' world isn't just gold or jewelry. It's legacy, it's connection, and maybe it's also a cipher made of threads, starry, cultural, symbolic, that bind the puzzle together. Page 77 is deceptively quiet, but the louder chapters aren't always the most revealing. This one whispers. It says, go back to the stories, reread the picture books, print out the patterns, follow the bear. You'll find that the unbreakable thread, it's not just about tradition, it may be the line that leads you straight to the lion's share. So whether it's the teddy bear, the constellation trail, or the tone of familial reverence, don't skip this page. Don't overlook the simple stuff. Sometimes the strongest threads are invisible until you start pulling. All right, let's talk about page 79, and one name. Charles' overlay highlights every Charles on screen, one by one, with a subtle chime sound. Now, if you're skimming casually, you might miss it, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. The name Charles appears 22 times on this single page. Yes, 22. I counted, twice. It's not just that the name is repeated, it's how it's repeated. The placement, the rhythm. Some lines start with it, some end with it. In a few spots, it shows up almost in every line of the paragraph. So what's going on here? Is it lazy editing? Or is Collins trying to hammer in something we're not supposed to ignore? Let's talk possibilities. In numerology, the number 22 is known as a master builder. It's associated with vision, precision, and structure. And if you think about Charles Laloma, the Hopi jeweler this chapter focuses on, it fits. He literally built masterpieces with stone, metal, and vision. 22 may not just be a count. It may be a message. We're building something here. Something structured, intentional, like a puzzle. Start looking at where each Charles appears, line by line. Do they form a shape, a rhythm? Are we supposed to extract every other one, or count syllables, or index letters from the following words? Charles Laloma was a revolutionary Hopi artist, known for mixing traditional native motifs with futuristic modern forms. Turquoise, lapis, coral, ironwood. His jewelry was spiritual, architectural, and coated with meaning.